Good morning, my dear. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. This has been going. The light just flickered. There's something. It's a Mars transit, my favorite ones. So we've got a lot to talk about today, and I'm really excited for this reading. I get so excited about Mars readings. Welcome. If this is your first time here at my Multidimensional Caffè, my name is Sarah. I'm a channeler and an astrologer, a healer, an artist, really any which old title you want to say. That I'm here to help you make sense of this. I'm here to help you make sense of this little red assertive planet going into the sign of Sagittarius. This is a gorgeous transit, so I am going to hop right in a little bit to the collective energy that we're talking about. Again, if you're first time here, Multidimensional Caffè, it's just you and I having coffee and tea, and we're unpacking the awakening of the planet. It's the 1st of November as I record this. There is so much going on. We're in Scorpio season over here, and this is the general astrological wheel. Starts in Aries, goes all the way around over to Pisces. I'm just going to jump right in because my guides really want to jump right in. And I want to give my disclaimer right away because there have been some new people on the channel, which is this is not a personalized reading. This is a donation-based. All of my work is donation-based. Like, if you receive something from this channel, I accept super chats and super thanks and all of those different things. I really welcome donations. I welcome an energy exchange for this. But these readings are not always gentle. You know, I come from corporate. The souls that are really drawn to my work either have, overcome traumas, or they come from a really intense big T, little t trauma background. And so I'm Mr. Rogers saying, taking my slippers off. And this is a beautiful transit, yes, but we like to be efficient in our processes. So if on YouTube I've got you for maybe 5 minutes, then I'm going to hit you hard if need be. I'm going to give you the channeled messages that come through, but just know that A, nothing that I say is doctrine, and B, it is not always gentle. So if that is not your vibe, then I'm definitely not your vibe. That is okay. There are many other channelers, any other astrologer you can go to, and they'll be talking about Mars going into Sagittarius and what that reading means for you. So that's my disclaimer. And this transit, let's get into it. This transit is taking us in Eastern Standard Time from the 4th of November to the 15th of December, when Mars is going to be going into the sign of Capricorn. This is going to encompass the entirety of the Mercury retrograde that we have starting on the 9th, the next week. And I also might incorporate in the all signs readings, the full moon is the next day. So Mars is going to go into Sagittarius. And then the next day, we're going to have a full moon in Taurus. And then the next day, we're going to have Venus going into Scorpio. And then the next day, we're going to have Uranus retrograding back into Taurus. So it's bam, 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 bam. So I might talk a little bit about the full moon. I'm giving myself that grace. It might not come through for every sign, but I really want to honor the fact that, Mars is scooting. And then, we've already got Mercury in Sag. A lot of what might be coming up for you, this is the money access. This is money values, access to resources, and this is deep, profound transformation. The depths. This is shared possessions, shared wealth. The Phoenix run house. This is the lions and tigers and bears portion of the chart. This is where we go into those fixed negative water energies and we come back refreshed and anew. So there might be very intense things that are coming up for you, very intense themes, very intense work themes, money themes, relationship themes, like family themes, where do I live themes, what do I do, how do I make money, how do I do any of these things. It's very sensitive what's coming up right now. That's one of the things about Scorpio energy that I don't think that people fully grasp. And I've mentioned this before, which is, when a Scorpio is done with you, they are done with you. They're going to warm their shoulders on the bridge they just burned. That's kind of the joke that I've been making for years. But one thing that you don't grasp about Scorpio is that if they burn a bridge or walk away from you or end something or shift something, you have no idea how much time and attention they've put into that decision. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no, like, it is profound and painful and beautiful and majestic and lovely to think of, like, if that happened, you've been A, given so many chances, B, Scorpio has decided, like, I've tried so many different ways to make this about me, and I change something, or is this them, or how many, you know, how many processes they've gone through, so that if they're done, they're done. Let it be. So while we're in the season of Scorpio, while we're visiting Scorpio's house right now, do the same thing. Invoke a little bit of that energy. Whereas if something is not working, what fixity needs to go? What fear? Are we making decisions out of fear or love? Are we making decisions out of generosity or lack? Really look at that. Really look at that right now. And this transit, I just wanted to offer that, can show there's so much. I'm going to share, but a lot of this, if any of this Mars information resonates with you, I have an entire Mastering Mars program. You can utilize it until the end of your days, going over the natal Mars, transiting Mars. There are 3 guided meditations, one for invoking your Mars, one for cooling your Mars down, and one for activating your Mars, which is a gift from the Council of 9. Mars in daily life, Mars in relationships. It is such an active planet, and one that we can actively work with. I feel so blessed to be able to offer this to you. So if any of this information resonates, I have tons of resources for you. If you enjoy the All Signs reading, I have 3 membership groups that all have All Signs readings in them. The reading room, you receive a All Signs reading for the season ahead, as well as my Dragon Tarot Oracle reading. The Paradigm Shift room, you receive everything from the reading room, as well as a full moon channeling and healing, comes every full moon. And then the Divine Sovereign room, you receive everything from both of those tiers, as well as 2 monthly coaching calls, blog posts, articles, like deep dives, gifts from the vault from my website. There's so much there. There's so much of my heart and soul is in that. So if you enjoy these All Signs readings, we've already gone over this transit in the day of in that All Signs reading, because it's season ahead. So we've gone over the entirety of Scorpio season, but I'm putting at least one All Signs reading on YouTube that gets you from one thing to one thing. So the last All Signs reading I did was Venus in Libra, which again is going to be shifting 2 days after this transit. So I'm sorry, I still have my David Allen Boucher voice on. It's early in the morning and I love it. So I hope that came through well. But please check out the website. Check out Mastering Mars. I invite you into this deep work. With all that being said, the shadow side of Mars in Sagittarius is this. First of all, let's break it down. This is quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education, big things. This is spirituality, legality. These are the big jumps. When I think of Sagittarius, I think of the Archer, I think of horses, I think of galloping. This is a Jupiter run house. This is big stuff. The things that, like, high tolerance type things. Like, I adore the Mars and Sag humans that I've known in my life. Adore them. They also have really harnessed and understood how to work with their Mars energy, because this, I mean, as well as like Mars and Cancer energy, Mars and Pisces energy, this is like no joke energy. Mars assertion, immutable fire. And this is a little bit like, this is just what I'm channeling right now. Mars in Scorpio. Scorpio is run by Pluto and Mars, and Aries is run by Mars. So this was a comfort zone, kind of. This was a little bit of a comfort zone. So this is kind of like, the image that I'm getting right here is like you applied for a job and they asked, do you know how to ride a horse? And you're like, oh my God, yeah, I totally know how to ride a horse. And you're like, I don't know how to ride a horse. And then they're like, okay, well, first day you're going to be teaching horseback riding. And you're like, oh. And as always, in everything that we do in this world, it's how we handled the transit before is how we're going to navigate the transit after. How we handled the season of life before is how we're going to handle the season of life after. This is true for many human things. This is true for gardening. This is true for your workouts. If you stretched before, you're going to have a better workout. If you ate a solid meal, you're going to feel better. If you prepped for your meeting, you're going to have a great meeting. If you, really tended to your soil and watered the plants, you're going to have good crops. So really ask yourself, what was coming up for you during Mars and Scorpio energy? Let me get the date for you on that. Mars went into Scorpio on the Libra, pardon me. I've done that in a private session before. On the Libra equinox on the 22nd of September. Again, these are in Eastern Standard Time. So what was coming up for you then, and how did you really navigate that transit? When the sun was here, and then we went to here, and now we're here. Now we're here. Now we're here. What was coming up for you then? How'd you do? Did you face the deep transformation? Did you face your shadow? Did you face it? Did you look at it? Did you integrate it? Because it's a real shift that I've been making and that I've been talking a lot about I've been working on my 2026 companion, and I'm going to just kind of talk about it here, which is, we can't leave behind. Actually, I've talked about it on YouTube. I can talk about it here. We can't leave behind old versions of ourselves. It's time to integrate them and love them. The analogy that I've given, or the meditation that I've been utilizing, is, when you think of a version of yourself in the past that was like doing messed up things. I think of my drinking days, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. And then I step into the painting. I step into the picture of myself now. I step into that moment, and I just hug her. And immediately that version of me just starts crying. And she's like, I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in pain. I don't know what to do. I don't know. And I just say, I love you. I just love you. I just love you so much. I don't patronize. I'm not like, you're doing a great job, kiddo. You're doing great. Keep it up. It's all for the storyline. I just say, I love you. So with all that being said, to wrap that up with a bow, did you really, not even just the sun in Scorpio, with Mars in Scorpio, did you face your shadow head on? Did you face yourself head on? Did you face your habits? Did you face how you tend to your wealth, your shared possessions? Did you really face it head on? Because this transit, we're getting closer to the tippity top of the chart. Again, this is a Jupiter run house. So I'm going to say the shadow side of this transit is going to be overdoing it, thinking that you can handle it. I got this. But to be able to pause and say, I need counsel, or I have no idea what I'm doing. One of the questions, or one of the responses that actually helped me start my business, I'm having a full body chill. This is going to be important for someone, because when you're stepping into like reading astrology as a novice and then doing it for other people, which I have a beautiful toolkit that's going to be coming out during this transit. I'm so excited about that. And so there'll be more information on that coming out. I think it's going to be launching the Saturday after this transit, but I'm not 100% sure. I believe so, but there's more information that's coming for you there to offer some tools, not really a teaching program, a little bit of a teaching program, but one thing that I talk about in that program, and one thing that I'm going to offer to you now, is that being able to say, because I was like, well, what if I'm asked a question that I don't know the answer to? What if I have a client that I don't know how to respond to? What if somebody asks me about an aspect or a transit that I don't understand? Are you ready? Are you ready? The response that changed my entire life, I don't know the answer to that question, but let's find out together. I'm not a master of that, but this is my opinion. I can do a little bit of looking into that, or that's not coming through clearly. I don't have the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that question. And then a follow-up, because we're leaders around here, but let's find out together. The little telephone that I'm recording this video on has infinite information on it. So if I don't know the answer to a question, it's just because I have not been given that information. It's not been put in front of me. It doesn't mean that I'm dumb. It doesn't mean that I'm not a good astrologer, not a good channeler, not a good woo, or whatever it may be, or not a good leader. It just means that I have not been given access to that information just yet. And I get to learn something with the person in front of me. So I would say during this transit, a little bit of humility is going to go a long way. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you need to boast and gloat about it. I mean, it's like pumping yourself up in the mirror, being proud of what you're doing, sharing what you're doing, all beautiful things. But ask yourself, what is your why? If I'm sharing this because I want to welcome more people to my group, am I sharing this win because I want to inspire others? Amazing. Amazing. If I'm trying to have my told you so dance, maybe not. Maybe not. Really connecting. Jupiter, this is big spirituality, big stuff. I would connect more deeply to the God of your understanding for this transit. Really look at where Sagittarius falls in your chart. This, you could make quantum, massive paradigm shifts during this transit. It is so possible. It is so possible. But your heart, your nervous system, and your belief system, and your tenacity are going to be the factors that play into this one. All right, I think that's my TED Talk. No, it's way longer than a TED Talk. That was way longer than a TED Talk. Actually, I don't know how long TED Talks are. I think that was 16 minutes, but well, let's see. All right, we're going to get into this reading. And so, housekeeping, watch for your rising sign first, and then your sun sign, and then your moon sign. When you watch for your sun and moon, just kind of hang back and have your coffee, tea, your yogurt, your muesli, your toast, your avocado toast, or whatever you're having on this, your bowl of soup, whatever you're doing, wherever you are on this planet, whatever you're ingesting. Also, I'm in Massachusetts on the 1st of November. Where and when are you? You know more about multidimensionality than you think you do. We're transcending time and space already, just over YouTube. So thank you, YouTube, for that. But don't want to talk about any of these things? I actually don't. Okay, there's a few dates. If they come up, maybe they'll come up. I'm not really sure. I'm just checking in with my guides. Okay. I am going to mention these dates really quickly. I am going to mention these dates. So the 12th of November, Mars is going to conjunct, same point in the sky, with Mercury. Mercury is going to be retrograde. This is at 6 degrees of Sag. The next time, I usually don't talk about Mercury transits, but this is important. The next time, because Mercury will go retrograde, and then and then he'll kind of be behind Mars a little bit. The next time they conjunct is going to be the 18th of January, 2026, on the new moon in Capricorn. So this is going to be at 26 degrees they conjunct, and the new moon is going to be at 28 degrees. That's potent stuff. That is incredible stuff. So just look at, how do I say? We had another conjunction of Mars and Mercury. Where was it? I have a different journal. Hold on. Starting like... It was on an important day. Let me find it. It was on a new moon of some kind. Hang tight. No. Yes, it was on the new moon in Libra at 28 degrees. And they conjunct at 20 degrees of Scorpio. So they have been dancing in a way that, the reason that I mention this is that I want you just to look back at those dates and kind of look forward and get excited about this date to really say, am I using my verbal punch? Am I using my words wisely? Am I using them for good? Am I being honest? The communication that you have with the universe, source, spirit, God of your understanding is going to, and I also want you to know that, like, even if the universe is this, you can even go galactic. The universe is this matrix that we're in, which is listening at all times. It's not like God is like this puppet in the sky that's like, you didn't pay your taxes and now you don't get Christmas presents this year. It's more so about the words that you speak create your reality. They create your reality. So even if you're not talking to God or universe or source spirit, whatever you have labeled that, the words that you speak when you are in your private space, that is what is creating your world right now. Full body chill. What you're speaking in the mirror, what you're speaking in your mind, what you're thinking that you're not saying, your private things. The universe doesn't understand lying. It doesn't understand you trying to play poker, being like, oh no, I'll stay in this relationship now because they're paying the bills, and then later on I'll do this and that. You got to be yourself now, even if it's very uncomfortable. So I wanted to mention that. That's on the 12th of November. The 6th of November, Mars-Pluto sextile. Scorpio placements, use this. Everybody use this. Everybody get, like, this is big stuff. And then community, big stuff. Ask for what you need. The 23rd of November, Mars is going to be squaring the nodes. I'm just giving you these dates and some visuals, and we'll get into it in the reading. This is going to be at 14 degrees. So the north node is in Pisces, south node is over here in Virgo, and we're going to be at 14 degrees squaring. Please use that. Please use that. On the 5th of December, we are going to have Mars trining, flowing energy to Chiron over here. Chiron is retrograde at 22 degrees of Aries and 22 degrees of Sag. Fire, wounding assertion, understanding your Chiron. I have a whole blog that's available for free, working with your Chiron. Like, understand Chiron, please. Please understand your Chiron. But I'm not going to get into that. And then the 8th of December, Mars is going to be squaring Saturn in Pisces. So we're over here at 25 degrees, square, both direct. Saturn's moving direct in this transit. So lots of big heavy hitter energies to make aspects with. Big heavy hitter energies to work with. Like, yeah. Please reach out directly if you're keen for a personalized reading. Please, I invite you to take a look at my website. I invite you to book a consultation. It's completely free. We can decide together if working together is right, or if you're a little bit like, I don't even know where to start, girl. Call me, text me, email me, let me know. We can book a call and we can decide together how I can support. There might just even be a free YouTube video that can be helpful for you. So please reach out, and I'm happy to take the time to really hold space. My one-on-one sessions, the way that I hold my one-on-one sessions, it's, I've already shifted my website, but I'll talk more publicly about that I'm going to be talking about it more publicly on the 8th of November, but my website is already updated. So if you're interested in one-on-one sessions, please take a peek at my website and reach out. I'm going to introduce the planets. I might not use all of them in each reading, but this is a long video already. Pardon me. I love Mars, and this is a great utilizable transit. So I'm going to introduce the planets. Again, use your discernment. Not all messages are for us, and watch for your rising sign first, and then your sun, and then your moon to get the vibrations. So this is the sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Black Moon Lilith, Chiron. And again, the North Node and the South Node, which I place down like this. I follow the mean node and the mean Lilith, so not like you can see by degree, but those might be different. Those might be different for you. So let's put on some pine. It's been all about the pine and I have a Christmas tree tattoo, so like I am a absolute sucker for this season, and it's the day after Halloween, it's Christmas season, so don't come at me. Let's channel this. Let's see how to utilize this transit. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon. You are moving forward. Oh, a little bit of Saturn just fell off there. You are moving forward. There's a lot of forward movement here. There's a lot of forward movement here, and yeah, gosh. Yeah, I am gonna have to put everything down. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be using the full moon. Let's see. Yeah. So this right here, the Uranus-Mars opposition, this is, and it happens at 0 degrees. It happens at 0 degrees. So 0 degrees of Gemini, 0 degrees of Sagittarius. This early learning, communication, short trips, quest, adventure, long distance travel. For Aries rising especially, for Aries sun and Aries moon, yes, but Aries rising especially, this is so deeply rooted what's coming up. And I want you to be very, very generous with yourself, very, very kind to yourself. This is some deeply rooted family stuff might be coming up. The full moon might bring up some serious, family, like just real gross things. And this is not going to be for everybody, but it's just family patterns. There's something like, it's like I'm hearing like there's something that's been hidden. There's something that you didn't know about. There's something that, and it might come to you in a dream. It might come to you in like just an experience. Yeah. Just like going on a walk, or just channeling. If you're a channeler and you are medium and you connect to your spirit team, you connect to your ancestors, like there's just something very deep that is coming to the surface right now to be looked at and not identified with. What do you mean by that, Sarah? Whereas a lot of times people will have an experience, and it's where, I have a whole video on like where we get stuck in our awakening. Whereas, light workers, we accept and we choose to have massive experiences happen to us, big T, little t traumas, whatever someone else could perceive and label that as. But we choose to have these experiences, or we choose to be born into families that don't know what to do with us, or this, that, and the third, so that we can transmute it and bring the light to the entire line. Sometimes people get stuck in the, oh, this happens to me, so I am this way because this happened to me. And they wear that like a badge of honor. So I would utilize this transit, this full moon, to release some of I would really be focusing on doing some releasing what is mine and discernment. So this is like, you can utilize the full moon for this, or just this entire transit of discernment of, is that mine? Is this thought mine? Is this belief system mine? Is this desire to do something mine? Or was that placed? Or am I trying to get love? Or am I, lonely? Or am I this? Or am I that? A lot of the times I had talked about some of the negative side of Sybil is playing, so I apologize if you can hear some of that background noise. But a lot of the times what happens is that we get stuck in this, like, I have a high tolerance, or I can do this, or I can show them, or like I said in the introduction, I know how to ride a horse, where it's like, you can say, I don't know. You can say, I don't want to do that anymore. Oh, this is what was coming to me before, which is like, maybe, what if you stopped drinking? You're not going to see your mates at the pub anymore. What if you stopped, like, I love coffee so much. What if I didn't go to the cafe? A lot of the friends that I had at the cafe, I'm not going to see anymore. That has happened to me. So when you move, this is long distance travel. When you move, when you go somewhere, when you do something big, it's like, am I going to have the creature comforts, or am I going to have, this could be connected to community. Using the Mars sextiling of Pluto, this could be connected to community. But really asking yourself, am I doing this because I want to? Am I doing this because it was placed there? Am I a part of a family that really loves, a specific type of food, or they're born into a family that, has a very powerful belief system around finances, or very powerful political belief systems? Is that even mine? Is that even mine? This would be a good time to work on that now before Mars goes into Aquarius. That won't be until January of 2026, but that's a huge theme that comes up during that transit. It's like, am I actually empowering? Am I doing this for my ego, or am I doing this out of generosity? Am I, it's kind of that it can be like the savior complex of like, you have to come to me all the time for the divine channel, or is it like, here are the tools, go learn how to help yourself, and I'm here if you need me. That type of stuff. You know what I mean? Big difference. Big difference. That was all over the place, so take what resonates and don't take the rest. Very Mars and Sag. All right. Love you. Taurus. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. I love this for you. Heavy about relationships, heavy about relationships, heavily the people that we share things with. I love that Scorpio for you is like your relationship side of things. It's pretty beautiful. It's pretty beautiful. Ooh. If you have Aries placements, yeah, this is about money. This is about family money. This is about family money. This Mars-Uranus opposition over here. This is beautiful. This is a lot. The whole season for you is about deep transformation and shared wealth and shared possessions. And also, there's a lot, you've outgrown a lot. You've outgrown a lot in your current environment, and this won't be for everyone. You've outgrown a lot in your current environment, and there's a little bit of like this fear of moving on, or like, what is even next? There's a little bit of, if you have Libra placements as well, there's a little bit of a feeling of like big fish in a small pond right now, and almost a little bit of like, I'm okay here. I'm okay being a big fish in a small pond. But there's also, and we've talked about like that, this has been a theme. If you're brand new around here, this has been a theme for a little bit about like this like resentment. This could be around the people that you work with. This could be around the people that you live with, the people in your, city, town, state, whatever it may be, country for some people, full body chill, country for some people, because the sun is in your house of relationships right now. But this is, and the full moon the next day is releasing in the house of self. It's really about having the courage to just say, or not say, like, that's not me. That's not me. Like, it's not about pointing fingers. It's about saying, like, this is what I believe. This is what I think. Not everyone here is dumb and I'm better and I'm this, or I'm happy in this environment, or even little things like, oh, how quaint, or how this. Like, there's just a little bit of, there's like a little bit of ego that I want you to look at during this transit. Just a little bit, and asking yourself, like, am I thinking that I'm better than or smarter than this person? Or am I actually just unhappy with where I am and who I am? Because when we have a thought, this could very well be, I'm just thinking because your chart ruler is in your house of daily life and then going into the house of relationships, this could very well be like, You're just unhappy with where you are and you don't want to say it. So you say like, oh, it's everybody else's fault, but it's not my fault. Or everybody else here is bad, but not me. If you're having the thought, a thought has to hit your body first before it goes to anybody else. So it has to be about you. You're the only one here. I mean, if we look at the theory of the egg, and this isn't for everybody, this is quantum stuff, so definitely use your discernment here. But like, if every single person on this planet is source having a human experience, and you are source having a human experience, then when you treat someone else poorly, that's just another you. When you judge another person, that's another you. So we have to find reverence for our enemies, for the strangers, for our friends, all of it, and treat them like the king and queen that they are. So I'd do some shadow work. I would definitely do some shadow work if you feel safe and good to do that. The full moon could be a perfect time to do it. I do have a blog. It's free, Facing One Shadow Self. And looking at your vibrational match to the people that you love, hate, all the things. Because when you're not a vibrational match for them, you just don't even see them. So ask yourself, what bonds you to these people? Do you need there to be an enemy? Because then it prevents you from looking in the mirror. You know what I mean? Full body chill for that. That was intense, Taurus. So that won't be for everyone. Please use your discernment. And that's powerful stuff. To face your own shadow and integrate it is some of the most transformative work we can ever do on this planet. Amazing. Amazing. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I don't have to put anything else down. That's good. That's good. That's good. We'll put your chart. We'll put a few other things down. But Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. This is big. That's Uranus, Mars opposition on your ascendant sign. That's big stuff. We'll have a square. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So the Mercury retrograde for you is going over your descendant sign. So there might be some remnants of closed cycles. I really have a strong feeling that you've been doing some incredibly powerful work surrounding leaving environments that are not for you, utilizing your voice. I'm really proud of you. This is very heavily attached to your legacy and what you do in this world. And I see you. I just really see you. It's also attached to your money. So there's a lot of beauty. I also have a feeling that this Jupiter retrograde, this is just coming to me now, I'm having a full body experience about this, is that the Jupiter retrograde, which is going from November to March, long one, it's like you are going to be tended to financially so that you can heal from whatever experience. Like you just need a little rest, honey. You need a little rest. You need a little rest. Yeah. You need like a nice corner of the house to clean. You just need a little time out. You don't have to make a joke about it either. You don't have to, like, this is powerful, dude. This is powerful. This is no joke energy. So Mars, we have that conjunction. We'll have the next conjunction. We talked about it in the introduction. Your chart ruler is going to go back into your house of daily life. Yeah. If you vibe in your future, okay, this is something important and something that I've been working with right now as well. I want you to go to your future. What do you mean by that, Sarah? There's like an immediate future where you're like, oh, I make, this much money, it gets me out of this hole, or I can move, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But then in my future, I'm just so free and generous and loving and abundant and this and that. I want you, and I know you know what I'm talking about. I want you to go to your future during this transit, especially while Mercury is retrograde, which is from the 9th of November to the 29th of November. This is like, go to the future and ask yourself, like, talk to that version of you, do some meditation with that version of yourself. Yeah, it's I have Mars natally in my 7th house. So you're a mutable axis. So I don't worry about this for you, but you put a lot of stock in this placement. Natally puts a lot of stock into relationships. So sometimes Ask yourself and your mirror and your future self, is that person worthy of your investment? It's a lot to do with your time as well, is what I'm hearing, is like family stuff. I want you to be able to like foot the bill for it, but not, it's like your time is the most precious entity. Your time is your most precious commodity. And so I want you to focus for this transit on your time and when you spend your time with someone. When you spend like can you create something that you can do once and can be there for people across the world? You know, like this video. Like, it's a beautiful little one Saturday morning for me, and you can watch this at any time for the next month and some change. That's a beautiful thing. That's an incredible blessing to be able to connect with you across time and space in that way. So I ask you, when whatever's coming up for you in relationships right now, Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, I want you to really look at, is this person, have a barometer, or have like a baseline. For me, it's like, if you're taking over my alone time and my time with God, which is like my favorite thing to do, then I'll spend time with you. If not, I'm good. So really, a lot of these readings have been just like bam, 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 and all over the place. So I apologize, but it's you and I love you. So take what really resonates with you, Gemini. And yeah, I would work on time being your most precious currency. Family stuff, definitely, for sure. And rest, my guy, rest. And then rest more. Yeah. This was a big year for you. And not many people knew it. Incredible. Love you. Cancer, rising Cancer, sun, Cancer, moon. Oh, pardon me. Oh, daily life, health, practical service. This is interesting. This is normally a Virgo run house, and for you it's run by Sagittarius. I love that. It's like, you need a spassy work environment. You need there to be like big talks, big things, big stuff, funky stuff. So community might have completely changed. Yeah, the full moon the next day, and you're run by the moon, so I am going to talk about the moon. So this moon placement is for Eastern Standard Time, the 5th of November. So it's the next day. The moon is in Aries for the actual moment where where Mars goes into Sagittarius energy. But the full moon is what we're going to talk about here. Yeah, rest for sure. That's intense. And like, Saturn and Neptune are going to go into Aries next year. While it's in the 9th house, which is a Sag run house, why not be kind to yourself? Yeah, why not be kind to yourself? Why not be really kind to yourself right now? Yeah, there's, I would say a lot of you, this isn't for everyone, but a lot of you have left environments that are not for you. And so utilizing the full moon as a celebration, not so much like if you haven't walked away, if you haven't closed some cycles, this is a perfect opportunity to do it. I would utilize the first week of November to do it. So then when the Mercury retrograde happens, which is going to be daily life and joy and play, you can focus on yourself here. Yeah, I would say if you have really, moved or closed cycles, ended cycles, then this Mercury retrograde can be a deep dive into, new environments, going on interviews, or, just finding a new place for you to be, new ways to have fun, new communities, new teams and stuff like that. If not, the Mercury retrograde will be a really lovely time to have those chats, Jupiter's going to go retrograde during this transit. It's going to happen on the 11th Eastern Standard Time of November in your sign. And so that is a perfect opportunity to, again, go inward. To go inward and to tend to your inner garden for sure. Yeah, tending to your inner garden for sure. And yeah, I have a guided meditation. It's available in the Divine Sovereign room and the Paradigm Shift room. Really like connecting to your higher self and tending to your inner garden. And that could be something I welcome. I invite you to look into those 2 membership groups and to receive that. But this is like, yeah, you want to be doing beautiful things in this world, Cancer. You really do. And it's lovely, but you have to give from a full cup. You have to. Yeah, you have to give from a full cup. When Mars goes into Capricorn energy on the 15th of December, the moon will be in Scorpio at 1 degree, your chart ruler. So this, you have to have fun. You have to enjoy the experience, and you have to find, this is about new ways of having fun, new ways of enjoying your daily life, cleaning for sure, and finding a new playlist. This is a full, yeah, not for everybody, but maybe put together a new playlist. Yeah, maybe listen to some music that you haven't listened to for a while and try something new on. Try something new on. Throw away clothes that don't resonate with you anymore. If you've moved, throw away a lot of stuff. Like, donate it, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. Oop, bum, bum, bum. Get rid of it. And trust your own internal compass. For sure. For sure. Leo. Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon. I just like, for the Leo risings that I know, I just want you having babies. This is a beautiful time. If you were keen to have children, like, now would be a nice way to, or a business baby, launch something. Play, joy, romance, creative expression, childlike spirits, having fun. I want you to have fun during this transit. I want you to find ways to have fun. There's a joy, and I want you to check your Aquarius placements for this. There's a joy that almost like who are you? It's there. To have fun and to be playful in a world where we're told that everything is bad and everybody is struggling and everybody is suffering and everything is so expensive and this and that, it's almost like an act of defiance. And maybe that's on purpose. Spend your time praying for the world, spend your time helping always those that you can help. But sometimes, I'll give an example. I have been doing a really great new program at the gym. And, I have a whole bunch of trainer traumas and all these different things and all these different experiences. So I'm not going to insert my traumas there. But one thing for sure is that I love to dance between my sets. I love to dance. I absolutely love to dance. And I started to dance again at the gym because I just feel so good. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling vibrant. I'm feeling just in my own little bubble. And when you put your playlist on shuffle, if you have Cancer placements as well, definitely get some new music going. But sometimes when you see someone dancing randomly, My favorite thing is when all of a sudden I see a dude with like a head bop, or I see somebody else smiling. I'm like, yeah, you can dance too. Everyone has their headphones on. So unless you're listening to a podcast, like, you've got music on. How are you not dancing? How are you not dancing right now? So sometimes that's what changes the world. Sometimes it's not about teaching. Sometimes it's about your backstory. Sometimes it's about you and, the tea that you make yourself in the morning. Sometimes it's about your joy. So again, and this could be, maybe you're surrounded by community that, is, light warriors, and they're spearheading for charges, and they're spearheading for different things. And that's amazing and beautiful. But to sacrifice your happiness is not okay. It's not okay. We're alive. We have fingers and toes. We have opposable thumbs. I can have coffee and tea with you. We have electricity. We have access to YouTube. We're quite blessed. So rising to a level of gratitude and joy during this transit, smiling, laughing, having fun. That's how I'd really utilize this. Yeah. And letting Mars lead the way. So before you go into the sun in Sagittarius, yeah, just let Mars lead the way a little bit. There was a intensity in the all signs reading in my membership groups, in any of my membership groups, for Leo rising for the entirety of Scorpio season. And I recommended at the beginning, because there was a little bit of overwhelm, and so I'm offering that to you now. Just use one transit. Like, you don't even have to use the transits. You can tap out and just say, like, I'm not going to work with the astrology right now. I'm just going to deal with my emotions, and I'm going to feel my emotions. I'm going to feel my feelings, and like, not feel like I have to be like productive all the time, or teaching all the time, or helpful all the time. Like, you can kind of just be. Like, you're also allowed to be a person. You're the lion, you're the leader, you're like the Capricorn's the goat, but you're just like the lion of the zodiac. So, but yeah, you also just don't have to do it publicly. You can do it in private. Nobody has to know. That was a little all over the place, but every reading so far has been. So I love you. Virgo. Ooh. Oh boy. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, Virgo moon. So excited for you. You get a Mercury retrograde on your IC. Oh, you get a Mars-Uranus opposition on your IC-MC. Or you're going to have a Mars squaring the nodes on your mutable axis. I just love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. The Hermit card is your card in the tarot. I would say if you're hermiting safely, do it. If you're hyper-hermiting, don't do it. There's some depth here. There's some pain here. There's some like there's need for community for sure. There's a need. There's something. It's like you're trying to tackle everything all at once, and you're trying to put everything on your back, and you're trying to do everything and carry everything on your own shoulders, and carry the weight, and to take care of everything, and mother over here, and father over here, and be friend over here, and do this over here, and be the fun one over here, and be this over here, and be that over here. And it's like, that in and of itself, Jesus, like, you got a lot on. Yeah, you got a lot on. You got a lot on. I mean, I don't even want to put them all down. You got a lot on. I just see you. The Mercury retrograde is cultural family roots, deep-rooted family roots. This is your chart ruler. This is going to be, use this energy. Use that energy. I might do an extra all signs in the membership group for a Mercury retrograde. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided how that wants to come through. Or I haven't decided how I want to share that. But this transit home, You can make good strides in the home during this. You can update the home, move. You can really shift a lot within your foundations as well. Cleaning, all the things that you are very, very good at, but also don't use them as a trauma response. Sometimes we need people. Sometimes we need people to hold space for us. You know, I had a big shift that I was thinking about making in my work recently, and I called in a think tank. I called in, 3 very powerful VIPs in my life. I had a call with them, each of them, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Show me my shadow. Show me, judge me. Do this. It took courage, and it was new. It's something that usually I'm like, hello, ChatGPT, mirror to me exactly what I want you to say. And that's not always the healthiest thing for us to do, because having people that are brave enough to say, hey, this needs to shift. Hey, don't go down that road again. You know it's down that road. Hey, don't close the door in my face. I love you. I love you, and I'm here. I want to sit with you in it. I had one of those 3 people, actually. It was during a different season of life. They'd sent me, it was like this beautiful Simon Sinek. It was a TikTok. There's a clip of one of his talks, and it was talking about, when you're in it, when you're in the junk, in the crap, in the manure, and you allow your friend to sit with you in it. That's friendship. That's friendship. And it was really beautiful, where Simon was just like, yeah, it's a privilege to be able to sit with you while you're in this. And to allow people in, to recognize that no one's running from you, Virgo. No one's going to run from you. If they do, then thank God you shared with them, and thank God they are gone, But to be able to really say, this is what I'm in, and for people to say, I love you, I see you, share more. Share more. And so that might not be for everyone, for sure. That also might not be what you expected to receive in a Mars in Sag channeling, but that's what came through for someone. And I just want to offer that to you. Inviting people in while you're in your muck, and just one person, and let them view you. And it doesn't matter if it's something you've been in for years, a month, 2 days, since yesterday. Invite them in. Invite someone in. I love you. And if you have Leo placements as well, I'm just seeing, I'm thinking of Jupiter transiting your house of community right now, and Jupiter going retrograde in your house of community. Leo went through that with Jupiter and Gemini. They went through some really intense community stuff. So talk to a Leo rising maybe, or see if you know a Leo placement, and ask them what happened was it last summer? Yeah, it was not this summer, but last summer. Some community stuff, and just see what came up. Just see what came up. But that's deep and profound, and you are worthy of community. You're worthy of people sitting with you, and I'm really grateful that you're here. So, and reach out, please. We can have a consultation and see if I'm someone to add to the team of people to sit with you in what you're in. Love you. Libra. You got something to say. You got something to say. Libra rising, Libra sun, Libra moon. It's like you want to go. You want to go. You want to move. There's something big you want to do. You want to be seen. There's something big. There's something here. I love this. I love this. I love this. The full moon the next day is in your house of shared wealth. The sun is transiting your house of money. Chart ruler is in your sign. After the full moon, the chart ruler will go into your house of money, and then the next day Uranus is going to go into your house of deep transformation. So much going on over here. So much going on. patience, like incredible. Like patience is like, that's, if you take nothing else from this entire reading, just patience. This is now there's stuff that you want to say for sure. Will you also recognize that it's maybe your inner child wanting to say something to, your mom when you were younger, or your father, or your sibling, house of siblings, mother, father over here, and you're just like, it won't do any good. But feeling the pain, feeling the frustration, feeling the deeper levels. And I'm hearing some of you say, like, I've processed that already. I've dealt with this already. Why is this coming up again? Because you're a more evolved version of yourself. Full body chill, Libra. You're a more evolved version of yourself, and you're able to view things differently now. Yeah. You're able to view things in the past in a different lens, and you're brave enough now. You're brave enough now to look at them. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction that's coming in February of 2026, that's happening on your descendant sign. You have new relationships that are going to be looking for you for sure. Don't take the baggage to the next season of life. Don't, oh my goodness, what is it? Like, yeah, it's I can't even remember the phrase, but it's like, don't get mad at people for wounds that they didn't give you. Don't take your traumas into the next relationship. You know? This is, and this could be about work. This could be so much about work. And I've said this for a while. Some of you need to be leaving the job that you're in. And some of you have wanted to. I can't tell you what to do. And I also can't ever tell you to like quit your job without something. Like, don't become homeless for a reading that you found on YouTube for sure. I have a video. It's called When Your Job Doesn't Align to Your Soul Purpose. That could be something that's helpful for you right now. But there's so much that the North Node is in your house of daily life, practical service. Saturn is retrograde and Neptune is retrograde over here. The moon, as I record this, is in this house, but it's just as I record this, where it's like, there's a place that can support you. That there's a place in this world where you can just vibe. Yeah. I'm seeing someone's like, I'm in Chicago and I really want to be in Texas, but I don't know how to do. Just declare it and just talk to God. Talk to the God of your understanding. This is short trips, and this is long distance travel. Mars-Uranus oppositions. Big things can happen, Libra. Big things can happen. Really, and something I've been talking in my membership group, the Divine Sovereign Room, for a while. And this has been since eclipse season, since September. And I might have mentioned it, I'm sure, on YouTube a few times, but it's like, why have we decided that big things happening quickly is a bad thing? And why does that scare us? When can we think of a big thing happening quickly that's a good thing? We're like, oh my God, that happened in a day, or that happened in a week, and I can't believe it. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. I have everything that I need in one. Like, really, 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 really journal that out, Libra. Get it out. Where did that root come from? Find out and decide if you want to keep it or not. Yeah. Love ya. Scorpio. Scorpio. What you doing? What's happening? What? What in the world? What in the world? It's so good. Oh my God, dude, it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. I don't even know where to start. This is money. This is big money. This is wealth mindset. This is deeply rooted family stuff. This is big. This is big. And this is actively like I love how mutable this is for you on your fixed axis. I love it because it's like mutable, mutable. And then the T-square here, mutable, mutable. It's just so lovely. It's just so lovely. It's just a mutable transit for you. This is your house of money, values, and access to resources. During this transit, I would love, because just breaking the whole thing down, Sag running your second house. This is like big money, big losses, big this, made this, lost this, big things happening, like big ups, big downs, like stocks, and just like I make a lot and then I, don't work for a while. I would really work with that. I would actively work with that during this transit. However you really navigated Mars in your home sign, I would really work with that. Like, I want you doing something and maybe focusing on, if there's something that's either full body chill, ready to launch, an idea that you've had for a little while now. I want you, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, absolutely, my guy, just freaking do it. It is the sun is in here. Happy birthday to Scorpio suns, SUNs, do it. Just do it. I'm an Aries sun, conjunct Jupiter at early degrees Aries. Just absolutely do it. Like, just do it. But if you're not sure what it is, spend this entire season brainstorming. What would I love to do? What could I pour into that I could do and like do it heavy? And so it's like I work for a month and then I have a month off. I work for a few days and then I have a few months off. I work for, a day and then I have the rest of the year off. Whatever paradigm you're in, whatever paradigm works for you. The full moon, that is the day after Mars going into Sag, is in your house of relationships. If you would not trade lives with the person that you are receiving guidance from or sharing your life with, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And it can become somewhat awkward. It can become awkward. Say you live in a house of roommates and you don't want to live with them. You want to eventually live on your own. And you're pulling back and you're just kind of being in a hermity space. Let that be okay, and let that be your simmer. Let that be your simmer. You know when you simmer a soup, it kind of tastes a lot better because you let the flavors get into all of the juice. Like, you let the flavors get in there. Let that be the simmer. Be uncomfortable. You have a bigger goal. You have a bigger goal than maybe the people that you came from, that you were birthed from. One of your chart rulers, sitting over here. Yeah, he's at 1 degree. He's going to 2 degrees for this transit. Pluto's not moving very fast. And we get that beautiful sextile over here. When is that? The 6th of November. Work with that. Work with that, dude. Money and home. You want to go somewhere. You want to be somewhere. Yeah. The North Node's going to be coming in. 2026, going into your house of home. If you don't want to be where you're living right now, speak that into existence. Speak that. Speak that. Speak it into existence. But yeah, I would say really look at the good qualities of Sag running your second house and work with Mars, one of your chart rulers, in that energy and get something done. But don't demonize it. For a while, I used to get so scared when the sun would transit my 8th house, or, have big things happening in my 8th house. I'd be like, oh my God, this is, oh my goodness, what's going on? Because I was looking at my current and my future through the lens of the past. And I was looking at, oh my God, what if you become homeless again? Or what if this, or what if that, or what if that? What if this happens and you get and I was like, no. How good could it get? That's how I view things now. And I want to offer that to you. Yeah. It's from a woman, Cynthia. She was on Pam Gregory podcast. Incredible talk. It was like, is there an objective reality? Definitely worth your time. And she utilized a phrase, how good could this get? And I ask myself that numerous times a day. And since I've integrated that, so many shifts that happened in my life. Immediate shifts. Like immediate and huge things that I was stressing about. How good could this get? Oh my God, how good could this get? So I welcome that. Welcome good things. And like, stop sharing with the wrong people. That's how to use the full moon. And just make it uncomfortable. Have a celebration with yourself. Have a cupcake. Celebrate you and the universe and the future of where you're going. And let it simmer. Let it simmer. I love it. Only you. Only you. Only you. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Ho, 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 ho. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. There's a lot of shift. Like, I can't even put another planet down. I can't even put another planet down. Either you want to move or you have moved. Either you've changed jobs or you want to change jobs. Either you got a new job or you're looking for a new job. You are in an entirely new version of yourself. I would even say from like Mars in the 10th, 11th, and the 12th. Yeah, dude, I said the past, you're a completely new person than you were, I'd say, midsummer 2025. Yeah. You went deep into your own soul. You went deep into your childhood pain. You went deep into the family issues. You went deep into the trauma. You went deep into it. And now you're on the other side, and you're like almost on the other side, or it's just you're very close to the other side, but this energy is past the point of no return, and past the midpoint for sure. So I want to offer that energy to you wherever you are. Next year looks amazing for you. Just saying. It looks great. Big things become small. Fun becomes a food group. It's great. It's great. So use this time now. Saturn and Neptune in your house of home again. North Node in the house of home. Like, don't let posting about it be the only thing. Keep certain things private. Keep certain things private. And share things with only the people that matter to you. That was something that came through in the all signs reading for Scorpio season, whereas what you've really integrated, and this won't be for everyone, is a big difference between your public world and your private world. Like, your private world is really precious right now. And so I would love for you to really honor that and nourish that. Like, no one has to, like, look at this video right now. Look at this video. You see my hands. That's it. You don't know what glasses I'm wearing. You don't know what I'm wearing. You don't know anything. You don't know the room that I'm in. No one needs to know those things. You can share what you want to share. This is a perfect time to launch something or put yourself in a new environment for sure. This Uranus alone on the descendant sign can bring radical changes, radical changes to your relationships for sure. This is going to retrograde back in 2 days after this transit. So it's like we go bam, full moon, Venus, Uranus, and the sun is sitting here. So the sun in the 12th house, a little bit of irritability, a little bit of frustration, but also the deep transformation of when the sun transits over here. That's like your personal New Year's. So when the sun goes into Sag energy, or if you use Placidus, like whenever the sun does go into your ascendant sign, you'll feel a lot more refreshed. It'll feel great. But just let this transit, let this time be about getting to know your new self. You don't have to launch something new. If you don't have something on the docket, you don't have to launch something new. I feel like some of you actually really do have something on the docket that you could really launch right now. And even just saying something different. This could also be like a very long-term relationship ending. This could be, going no contact with a family member. This could be a new relationship coming in. This is, just be open to it. Be open to it. I have a lot of videos on relationships and really deciding, like, what am I available for now? And also, like, what am I blocking love? Full body chill. Like, am I blocking it? Not even just love, but like the best of the best of the best. Yeah, you have a big shine and you really like are worthy of something massive. I think that's it for now. Call me if I can help. Yeah, we can book a consult, but just like big. Love it. Capricorn rising, Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon. You're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that in like a nice way. Yeah, this is deep stuff. You know, this is very specific, and it's something that I talk about in Mastering Mars during Mars and Scorpio transits, but also Mars in the 12th house. Like, this is not for everybody, but I'm just going to let this be. Like, don't do woo that you don't know how to do. Don't play around with things that you don't know what you're messing around with. Like, don't get that Ouija board. Don't do those things. Yeah, I've been there, dude. I had to go see a shaman. I was living in a funeral home. I had an entity jump me. I literally left like a seat open for like anybody to come in and come hang out. I had people from across the planet being like, Sarah, get out of what you're in. Like, it's like, I'm an experiential learner. I'm just saying, don't do things that you don't know what you're doing. Just, that's it. That's it. Don't do things that you don't know what you're doing. But the positive side of this is that you've got a big amount of power that you can use for what you do know how to do and what you can do. Yeah, there's like maybe something that you're just like, oh, I know, I could talk about that for ages. I'd check your Chiron placement for sure on that one. Like, I could talk about that effortlessly. I have a whole blog on Chiron and working with your Chiron. I think I have a video and a blog on Chiron. So definitely just put it into the YouTube search, Sarah Boschko Chiron, and that'll come up. But this is deep stuff. This is deep. And you can do deep work without meddling things that you don't understand. And that's just it. And it doesn't have to be like, I don't want this to be fear-based, because you're just like, oh my God, well, what am I doing now? Like, you know what to do and you know what not to do. It's just kind of like there's a van parked down like a weird, dirty cul-de-sac, and it says sugar-free candy, come on in. And you're like, I'm good, actually. I'm good. No, thank you. I'm fine. But, bless you and your work. Like, you're doing good work. Cool. But like, that's it. You just you can walk on by it, and that's it. And you can walk and keep stepping on your path. You don't have to go down the cul-de-sac. Yeah, I'd stay laser focused on what you want next year to look like with your Mars transits. Because Mars is the only planet, I think the only planet completely that's not going that's not going retrograde in 2026. So it'll be going from, doopity-doo-doo-doo. I think it's around like Virgo. It's around this area that's going to go retrograde January 2027. So it'll be slowing down by the end of the year. And so that's a big jump. That's using this energy to clean your inner closet, clean your inner space, clean your... Don't look for the quick fix, basically. Ooh, yeah, that's what it is. Don't look for the quick fix. And, sometimes people go to meddling in things that they don't understand when they want the thing to just go away, instead of looking at their inner self and saying, okay, well, why did I attract this in my life? Why am I a vibrational match for this? Why would this be the perfect scenario for me to evolve? That's something that I've been integrating recently, which has been so helpful. Instead of saying like, this isn't where I want to be, and and focusing just so perfectly, like I do focus on my future and my future house and where I'll be living and all these things. I still do that manifestation. But one thing that's really shifted so that I can be so present is, why is this the perfect environment for me right now? Why am I exactly where I need to be right now to grow? That can be something huge to integrate right now, Capricorn. Huge. And just a full disclaimer, if you are in a traumatic experience, if you are in something that is very detrimental, that is not for you. And I honor you, and don't judge yourself of how you act in that environment. When you're pushed up against the wall, never judge yourself. I see you. But like, asking yourself if that's not you, why is what I'm in the perfect scenario for me to evolve? Because we are the one coming to save us. Cool stuff. Amazing. Aquarius. Aquarius rising, Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon. You need new environments. You need new people. You need some new people. Or you gotta remove some people. I don't know. Yeah, this is when your chart rule is over here. Uranus in that opposition right over here. Right over here to kick it off. Y'all want to move. Yeah. Yep. You're ready for something very new. There's something, like, you're just ready for something, or you've like are in something very new and you're still integrating it, and maybe there's a little bit of like, I'm just seeing you looking in the rear view mirror and not fully keeping your eyes on the road. And it's almost like this will not be for everyone. It's almost addictive. It's all, and the analogy that I loved hearing is like, we got to stay forward focused. There's a reason that like the window in the front is so big and then the rear view is so small. We're not really supposed to be looking back that often, but we need those to kind of see our blind spots and to see, is there something coming up that I need to worry about? There is a little bit of like, there's a little hustle happening right now for sure, or it's almost like I'm not allowed to have fun because I got to keep doing the thing, or I don't know how long I'm going to be here and I got to make sure that I'm okay, and blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of mental chatter going on. Hello, Mercury in Sagittarius. Talk to your people. And if you're not keen for new people in your life right now, maybe just spend more time with the people that you do love. But there's a shakeup that wants to happen. And again, I talk about mastering Mars in the 11th house, going to just a cafe, going to a gym, being in environments where there are people that you're not really sure who will walk in. You never know who's going to walk into a gym. You never know who's going to walk into a cafe. Could be anyone from all different walks of life. So it doesn't have to be like, I'm at the community center and I know exactly that everyone's going to be the same type of person for me. You never know. Someone with a very different aesthetic could be the person that you're supposed to be talking to right now. But there's a big shift to safety, to foundations that's going on right now. The sun transiting your house of legacy. It could feel very public. It could feel like I have to figure this out right now. You don't. Jupiter's going to go retrograde in your house of daily life. You don't have to figure this all out on your own. Like, we're not supposed to be alone. We're human, and so we're meant to be a part of the collective of human beings. We wouldn't be alive if we weren't supposed to have community. This is the house of community and friendships and wishes for the future. Also, having contemporaries, full body chill, is very important. Not just like for my spiritual entrepreneurs, for my parents, for the people, like it's not just about I have my, online community, or I have my subscribers, or I have my clients. It's having people that don't need anything from you and that welcome you to have conversations. Yeah. Or even for some of you, it's looking for a mentor. That could be a huge thing to really focus on right now, is searching for a mentor, someone that has done what it is that you want to be doing, someone that has experienced the growth that you've experienced, and really reaching out to them. If the worst case scenario, and I talked about this in the Divine Sovereign room going into November in my membership group, this is like, because my Aries came out so hard yesterday and was like, just do it. Just change the website. Just do it now. And I was like, God, but not waiting for the perfect astrology. Just do it now. You can talk about it during the perfect astrology, but just do it now. And I did it. This is the question. I've asked myself for years now, for many years, if the worst case scenario of the decision that I'm about to make is that nothing in my life changes. If the worst case scenario, I'll never forget this. There was one time I was dancing at a club. This is in my drinking days. And I had this person, we were just kind of vibing, and he's like, I just really want to go ask that person out. And I was like, go do it. He's like, oh my God, well, what if they say no? And I was like, if the worst case scenario that nothing in your life changes, then what's the big deal? And they just stopped dancing. They were like, I think you just changed my whole life. And they just walked up to the person and they asked him out. If the worst case scenario is nothing in your life changes from the decision, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Try something new. Try something new. Just try something new. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Pisces. Pisces rising. Say it. I love 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 it. The image that just came to mind, which is not going to be for everybody, and I want it to be a positive, not a negative, but it's like the Witch King of Angmar when he meets Gandalf at the end of the Lord of the Rings Return of the King, where he's like, this is my hour. But in like a good way, This is wild. My goodness, look at you. One of your chart rulers is going to go retrograde during this transit. Jupiter's going to go retrograde from the 11th of November to the 10th of March. So that's going to be fun. Neptune's already retrograde in your sign. That must feel nice. This is big. This is big stuff. This is just the tippity top of your chart. Legacy, public image, and career. I have a feeling that you want to make a big shift of some kind. And this doesn't have to be like, this could be I want to have a baby, or I want to move country, or I want to it feels like a big shift. And we talked in the All Signs reading for Scorpio season, this is about big things. Like the sun is sitting over here for this transit, and then it's going to go over here for the transit. So the sun is transiting the top of your chart. This feels big. It feels like a culmination, pardon me, of a lot of different things that has been going on for you and been coming up for you. So that's beautiful, Pisces. That's beautiful. Using this transit from now until the 15th of December, this doesn't have to be public. I mean, it says public image and career, but this is more about legacy and like what is said at the eulogy. What's the content of your character? Who are you really? This could be big shifts in many different ways, but it's also, I'm just hearing like someone out there is just one decision away from your next paradigm, from shifting your whole world. It's like this image that I'm getting is that like you're standing in the middle of a set, and the set is like all these like stage pieces, like just stage, I don't know theater, so I'm just like all these set like pieces are all in a circle, and you're standing in the middle and you're holding this one rope, and the rope is holding every single piece of the stage up, and you're just holding it. And you know that if you let it go, the old set will fall down and that the brand new one is standing around it. Or, you know, if you want like a gentler, more image, it's like you're Dorothy and you got your hand on the door and you know that you're in Oz and you know that you can leave, but you're just like, but it's Auntie M's house. How can I leave Auntie M's house? And how can I go out there? And like all the munchkins are like, dude, does she know she's got to leave that house? There's like no food in there. I mean, like, is she okay? Like the plumbing's not attached to anything anymore. She's got to leave. It's like your whole, and every single thing, person, soul, experience is waiting for you the second you let go. Like to welcome you. But yeah, it just feels like you're one decision away. One decision, one relationship, one even just deciding, I'm ready. God, how good can it get? What's next for me? Just deciding. You're just so close to that I love it. This is a perfect transit to just let your tenacity, let adventure, let your heart, and let your courage be your guide. Yeah, your House of Legacy is run by Sag. That's pretty baller. That's pretty cool. I love you, Pisces. Happy Mars and Sag, everybody. Thank you for being here. Resources, invitations available in the description. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed.